There you guys. Hey, welcome back. This I got in just the other day. X-Transbots Eligos. This is the MX-3 plus Saboteur version. This is supposed to be the metallic color. I believe it's listed as metallic based. I'm gonna get it out the package. When it arrived in its package, I actually felt something shaking. I'm like, oh, but I hope it ain't broken. But something loose, but I found out what was loose when I opened it. I haven't really pulled it to figure out all the way, but I found out what was loose. And, whoa. The gun was loose. It fell on the floor. So, a little paint there. And, seen at the top of the stuff, a lot of extra heads. I don't remember these many faceplates and heads being in the one I had before. So that's kind of interesting that they have all these faces showing up. X-Transbots is trying to stick with their customer, trying to stay get back into the game by getting a lot of extra accessories. I guess they've always been pretty good at that though. So that's kind of nice to see the Eligos with all these face sculpts. The one that I saw when I pulled this, haven't pulled it completely out the box yet, looks like the samurai type head. He's got actually the tune. I remember there was an episode and I don't know why it came back to me so clearly. You know, it shows you what a nerd I am. But I do remember an episode that had this particular face sculpt on it, and it reminds me of the face they used for him a little bit in Starscream's Ghost. And that's an intense face for Cyclonus. I kind of like that. It's a pretty intense face. I'm not sure if my camera is doing it justice, but it's got those sideburns and the goat teeth. No mustache. But maybe one of these head sculpts is making a nice gun and the sword again. You know, I had it before, and the problem I had with my old one, maybe I'll throw a picture of the one I used to have. I used to use it in a few animations. I loved it. The problem I had with it never transformed completely. I never could get the top part of the chest snapped into where it sticks out with the long nose. I never get that chest part all the way in. And then, of course, the back part, I don't even think on this version. I think I've seen one review, a foreign review for this, that gets those legs squeezed into the back. I'm okay with that. I just want the rest of it to look like it's sitting into place. I like the color better. We'll get it out, take a better look at the color here in a minute. Keep my segment shorter. I'm already running about 3 minutes. This is like the demon head. This is Hellboy, the Hellboy head. I know it's a samurai-like head. That is cool. I might not take them out. I'm just showing you them right now. So I always liked this better. I would not got Fans Toys version if that had transformed better. I thought that was an ideal size, a little bit bigger than Galvatron, I thought, for the MP22. Now I got two, and I'm gonna keep probably just two as long as this works right. Is because it's we're still gonna get another Ultra Magna soon from X-Transbots. We'll see how this sizes up with that. So I'm pleased to have this back. I got it back hoping the hands are better, the fingers are better, and I got it back hoping the transformation is just enough better. So fingers crossed. Let's stop the segment and get to the next. Okay, so let's pull it out and take a look at what it really looks like outside. I always like doing these kind of, it's got Target Master and a stand in here. I forgot about, that is the great thing about X-Transbots is that it gives you so many accessories. They need to do something to stay in the game. So I guess the gun and stuff was in here before. Both of the guns were loose, so I'm assuming these guys were in here. I'm not sure what this is yet. This extra belt or clip somewhere. I don't know what this is yet. I have to find out in the book. I might look at the book a little bit later. But let's get it out. Just get some first impressions of the figure, how it feels. I can't remember how my other one felt. I do remember being very pleased with it. And I am pleased with this, the head sculpt they gave us on this. It is more plasticky than the Fans Toys version. That I do remember, but I do like, I'm not gonna get to the mechanics yet. We're at the look section. Oh, those fingers. We'll get to articulation later. Okay, I'm jumping ahead a little bit. That's much better. Much better feel. They did do a few improvements. The fingers are terrible on the look-wise, it looks wonderful. It looks great. It looks just like I remember, in a sense, just except for the color. And the feel of it, I'm sure, is no different than it was before. I just haven't felt it in a while. I'm very pleased with the weight and feel of this. I don't know if you guys want to compare weight scale. I'll just decide that later. If we want to do a weight before we go to transformation, maybe I'll do a weight with the Fans Toys version, but I'll get the transform versions out and have some scale comparisons here for you here in a bit. But yeah, look wonderful. The paint, very nice. I have to say, from my memory, and I think I threw a pickup before. If not, I'll throw another pickup, my old version, it's done well to reissue this so far. So we'll knock on wood until we get to the transformation part. I found out what this is for. It's the stand. It's to hook onto the stand. Probably when it is in plane mode, I'm guessing. Could possibly help him in Bob mode as well. I don't know. Maybe next to his crotch or something. I don't know. Don't get jealous. Don't get mad. Cyclonus, I got the mean face on right now. Fans Toys version. The mean face. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. That's a cool face they got. I'm not going to switch out the faces right now, but I think that's a pretty cool face that this one came with. And I'm still impressed with the paint and the overall look. They have improved the look tremendously. Look at that eye. Look at those eyes in there. Yeah, I don't want to get stuck on the eyes and stuff, but it's just the eyebrow and stuff. It just, my camera's just not going to do it justice right now. But much more beefier bot than the Fans Toys version, and I think I like that for Cyclonus. And I got this little entourage here with Scourge. And it does have somewhere in here, it's supposed to have an eye, the light piping for the eye maybe, for its alternate solid colors. It might even already be in there. I don't know. Haven't seen it yet. So I was just looking through the manual, and I think we're going to get to just a feel of it and maybe a little bit of a comparison. The feel, without a doubt, it feels just fine. And I still feel like this one's going to win in weight category, but it's comparable. When you hold them both in the same hand, it's just very hard to tell. There's a little more weight in the feet than this. In the leg section, you can feel the weight in the leg section here, a little lighter up top. It's pretty even keel for this Cyclonus over here. And this is a beautiful Cyclonus from Fans Toys. They have the different colors. This is the original Cyclonus. Why would I change it to a more pinkish? I don't like pink, so I'm cool with the more whitish legs and stuff. And they got this pink and purple version. I'm cool like that. Just like I got Galvatron over there, the blue, more bluish instead of the purplish. I don't know if he had pink in them, but the more purplish one. I'm cool. I'm cool with that. This one has a little pale purple to it, very pale, light purple in some of the sections that are the lighter section, and his hands, they all match. And very well done. But the feel of it feels wonderful. Feels great. Since we're talking about feel, I will go ahead and pop out my weight scale real quick. All right, so I got my old trusty weight scale out. Let's go ahead and see where this X-Transbots lies as far as weight. It's 1 pound. That's actually surprised. It's 1 pound, 4.8 ounces. That's actually shocking. I didn't know it was going to be. That's a little more weightier than I expected. Even though this one has his gun in here, this is 1 pound. Are you kidding me? Really? 1.3. Man, that's taller, and it's got, like I said, some heavy legs. For Fans Toys are 1.3, and it's really 1.2.6. I remember weighing this before, 1.2.4. That gun might have added some weight to it. I'm just curious. Because I remember weighing this for another comparison video, and I didn't even see it weigh that much. 1.2.7. I was right, about 1.2.6, 1.2.7. So this makes up like 1.3 of an ounce. Whatever. That's quite surprising to me to see that the X-Transbots one's actually more weightier. Surprised some of you guys didn't. But he's skinny. This guy's bulky. So, you know, wow. I didn't, that caught me off guard. I thought, I felt the weight here, but I didn't think it was going to actually outweigh the other one. Quite curious, quite curious. I know Scourge ain't but about, what, barely a pound? Nope. 14.4 ounces, not even a pound. All right, so cool. Get to mechanics. I might even have him hold his guns real quick. Here we go. Yeah, I was really quite surprised that the weight of X-Transbots outweighs the ones of fans toys. That was surprising. He holds his gun pretty well. I had to make sure his pointer finger was kind of collapsed a little bit while I can get it in there so this wouldn't be sticking on the outside of the clip here, or well, this wannabe clip, whatever. And boom, boom. I can't get the gun in the left hand very well. Let me see if I can get it into the right hand as well as I got this big one. I'm not worried about the sword right now. Just got these few pieces out I'm just tinkering with just to give you an idea of how the grip is. It didn't go good in the left hand. And maybe because of the way I was doing it, clipped in there pretty good. You know, I think it was just me. I wish it had it was beveled so we could see. Yeah, I prefer a beveled gun. Just like this guy right here, his gun is beveled. So yeah, I like that open. It's just open there. I like that. I like the hole. Sorry, pointing the wrong way. I like the hole there, you know, and this one doesn't really have a hole. And come on, you guys fixed a few things. It seems like you did. I'm just going by memory, but come on, you know, come on, don't leave us hanging. So might get old Galvatron out to stand right next to him a little bit, but let's do an articulation test. There's no ratchets I hear so far on the arms. They go and they're moving much easier. The other one, maybe because I haven't moved it down yet to transformation. Ooh, that's still a little better on this side anyway. But this guy was tough to deal with, and it's still a little tough on transformation, man. Seemed like the head sculpts, see the head will go all the way around, and I see the little replacement lens probably is right there. I hate when I leave my spudger somewhere for some reason. So that's probably, I'll see if I have a replacement one, or maybe that is the one they put in with that head sculpt. Supposed to be an accessory. Of course, you know, it has that, it doesn't really have the double elbow. It goes up past 90, so that's great. My hands are pretty, they're stiffer than the other ones are so loose, even came apart. I'm glad they like this Scourge right here. Those are tinkly little old X-Transbots hands. I'm glad that, not bad, but the first version of Cyclonus, I had to get a replacement hand at one time. These feel a little better. And it should. You know, it's changed since that last one came out. It should feel better. And you got butt, let's see, ab crunch, no. A little bit of a waist swivel, yeah, just kind of hindered. But yeah, let's get these flaps up. They're tight, wow. And there's no back ones, so it's not gonna go back too far because it's hindered. But there is a way to lift this up to, I'm sure it can go back further. At least I'm starting to hear ratchets now. Yeah, so on the softer side, I give medium tilt ratchets, a little harder ratchets on the knee, very good ratchets on the knees. You know, and see how far out. Oh, it's got good ratchets. I like those ratchets going out. They really do. And you know what? That's like it holds. That's going to hold that split. It's not going anywhere. That's going to hold it. But it has many different crank levels to it. I love that. You know, that's the way to do it. I mean, if you're gonna do, I mean, it could be a little better. Like, I had something I was reviewing the other day, but it seemed like the crank level was a little looser. But I forgot what that was. But this one is tighter, but yet it has many different what do you call them? Settings. I don't know. Many different settings that allow you to still put them in a pose, and it's not going to hinder the pose too much with that. So I'm pleased with that. I am going to change that face sculpt out, but that is a menacing. I can't get over that face. It's still menacing looking face. There's as far as mechanics. Let me get Galvatron out before I send him into alt mode. Oh, what? I bent this out, this elbow out. You gonna let me take it back in? Okay, well, how did I do that? So I bent that out. It kind of got stuck out there. This one does not come up as far as that, so I'm gonna have to, okay, just be careful with the elbow. You saw what I just did. Got a little stuck when I put that, try to do that double beveled on that elbow. Of course, it has that twist right there as well. I'm not gonna I don't like overly, you know me. I said this many times. I don't like overly manipulating my toys when I get them. Let's go Galvatron out to take a look at the gang, and then we'll go to transformation. Got it set up that other Cyclonus is still a little jealous. A little jealous of the attention the new Cyclonus is getting. The Galvatron looks great with him. I mean, it really does. This is the episode. Did an episode with the old Galvatron I had. It was actually DX9's version, which was a great version of Galvatron. I hated getting rid of that. But it just didn't have enough to make me keep it compared to getting him. But, man, it was really fun working. I thought these two paired up right. The colors were different at the time, but I thought these two really paired up very well. Now my Galvatron's getting dusty, and you know me, I'm going full blast on my duster. So, man, but anyway, I think let me give a further away shot. I think they do nicely together. Bring my light over here a little bit more. The Galvatron. Let's see if I can raise it up and down before I go to transformation. This is an actual review, not a short this time. Just did an earlier short today, so I'm actually. Some people do it many times a day, and my hat's off to them. I don't have the energy or time. It's just one of those. I'm actually surprised I'm doing this because I had a very busy day, so I'm just shocked I'm even doing this. But I wanted to see him. I was excited to get him open, so I need to actually put some stickers on some of my other stuff I just got too, but that's for another day. But yeah, there you go. That's how they look. That Scourge right there, much smaller than that. I wonder how that looks. So that's much smaller than that matchup with the Scourge and him is much smaller than the matchup with the Fans. He's much smaller. They got new Scourge coming out, Fans Toys, and still much smaller than this one too. That's fine. Whatever. This guy's tall too. He's pretty tall. Just this one's still taller. About a half a head taller. Yeah. But yeah, they got a new one coming out. I love X-Transbots Scourge except for the feet. But I wish they would have Fan Toys comes out, I probably will end up purchasing or taking a very strong look at it. But I am pleased with this X-Transbots one. I just don't like transforming. That's why I got that little Hasbro or Takara figure over there, whatever that's called. I forgot what it's called now, just to do some transformation sequence. Okay, I've babbled on long enough. Let's get to the transformation. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to do this after all this time. Hey guys, welcome back. It's been no joke, as it's probably I put it up on the screen. It's been 3 days later. I started this video going really smooth, mostly done on Saturday morning, Saturday morning, or I don't know, maybe I can't remember, but it's been 3 days, and it's now Tuesday. And I have just got this Cyclonus XTB version MX-3 Plus together. And I think I would have shown more emotion yesterday. I was quite relieved that I got a issue fixed on this. And I'm going to show you some pictures. I'm going to show you where there is a real issue here. Amongst some other areas of disappointment, I know this is not a surprise to some of you guys that are no longer putting up with anything X-Transbots is putting out. Yeah, there's pretty good reason for that. Us hopefuls, we still stay in there. But there is a real problem with, and I'm going to show you some pictures of the inner leg extension piece. It was a real issue. It's not molded correctly. And I will cycle through some parts where I had the very first day, I said, let me just try to make this extend on the legs. And I'm going to show a video coming up here soon showing you more before I had this transformed up, where the issue lies. And it's when you're pulling the legs out and trying to extend it and moving the front flap to the front so that it would end up being here. This is the flaps here that end up connecting together here, and you're pulling them out. The extension inside the leg is an issue to behold. It took first day. Let me make this segment a little quicker. I took it and I said, okay, let me just add oil to the pin that holds it together. Let me just add oil there. Okay, so the oil, and it never released. I kept trying to extend it, kept trying to straighten it. It never straightened. Okay, so the next time I probably took a rest, or maybe the next day I came back and said, let's try hot water. You know, hot water has been used to move joints on action figures. I never really wanted to use that kind of method on a masterpiece, but I tried it. Stuck it in some boiling water. The boiling water cooled off. I put it in there, put a sack on it first, and then I didn't know how well that was working. It never did extend it, so I put it in there. I was able to take the leg apart to where I could just stick it in there pretty easily. And then I realized that wasn't working. So when I took it apart and looked at the piece by itself, I realized the shape of the piece, it needed to be sanded. There was no way around sanding. I had to go find the right size of 1/16 punch to knock the pin out. And that worked surprisingly well. You know, I thought I was going to be having more trouble because of the leg. I didn't want to take the latch itself inside the leg that holds this piece. I didn't want to take that out from inside the leg. I didn't want to go through all that trouble, but I was able to get the pin out and just sand it down. You see my hand, you see me holding that particular extension piece in my hand, and it looks better than that. That was just time I was just sanding it and just wanted to take a picture of it. I would have had more emotion the other night. I guess I'm calmed down enough to just so glad that I was able to extend that and get that fixed. Should never had to do that. This is something that's been reissued. This is something that's been worked before. This is something that should not have to do any work on. They had all this time to straighten up the transformation of it, to do everything. I'm gonna stop this segment and I'm just gonna talk about, now that it's transformed up, compared to what I experienced when I first owned it, when it's in the other color in the other version. So I don't know if I showed that video about me putting the leg back on, but yeah, it just took taking the leg off is easy. It just, that part there, it was gonna break if I didn't get it extended right. So it had to be taken apart, pinned out, taken apart, sanded, and then moved and tested several times until it moved properly. Shouldn't have to do that. Though I love the color on this X-Transbots version. I do like it. I noticed some things that were easier, and my other one, if you guys remember me saying, never transformed fully. And the reason why I never transformed fully, because I always had a problem here on the cockpit. And of course, the legs never do piece together. That didn't bother me so much about the legs, the back of the legs not piecing together. Wasn't much of a bother to me. I just wanted the cockpit to seat. It seemed like it's seated now. You can see that the front part flaps, I never really did get to, I didn't press them in so hard. I did get this connected at first when I first transformed the top part of it. I'm not concerned about this and being able to squeeze this together. I just have not pressed it hard since I've done that. My main concern was getting the legs to go up, to fit in, and for everything to fit in properly. I had to squeeze these so hard, these legs, and push these in. My other one I could slide the arms down. I'm not going to take these out, by the way. I'm not doing it. It actually takes some work on the side to do it, for these arms to come down. There was much, the ratchets on the first one I got were super strong. I mean, they were really, you took some muscle, and I'm a pretty decent sized guy. I'm 6'3", I'm 220. This took some muscle to push down on my first version. This one was much easier. It still takes, strength, but it's not like my original one. So there was a little improvement. The hands are a little better. The mechanism here, the cockpit, maybe I did it wrong when I first got it, but still, the cockpit seems fine. No issues with that. It doesn't go in good here. I'm still going to work with this to try to get this to transform fully for the cockpit to come underneath the leg flaps here. Barely squeezed in here, prepped properly, barely squeezed in here on the other side. Barely was able to put the things in this place because you have to really squeeze them in to get those hands. Once I found a better method of getting those hands tucked in this engine port, I'm sure that maybe some other things just go in place a lot better. It just might take a few times of transforming it. I think this will work, you know, but I'm not going to want to transform it a lot. You know, I'm not going to want to. You know, and like I said, I'm not like this stuff. I don't know if even squeezing these together will take care of this little gap here. I don't really know that will. You guys, if you stayed away from this, I understand. It's a beautiful, the bot mode is excellent. I love the bot mode. The color on it, I love it. I love the color, the metallic gray. I even seen kind of a hint of purple or blue in there, but I think it's more of a hint of purple, of course, but it's gray. It's a nice bot looking bot. Even this, still transforming this plane is still better than my original, except for fitting things in a little better. Believe it or not, it's still better than my original, you know. And I don't have Fans Toys transform. I think I will. Before my final thoughts, I will. You got 3 days. I have to reiterate to take both of these legs apart. Take that both legs pieces was warped. It was molded improperly in this bot, and it took work that shouldn't have had to be done. So not worried about fitting some of these together. I'll get that as things get loose and then sand them a little bit. They'll go in. I think I can get this to work still better than my original in a sense, but overall, I didn't expect to have to go through that with something being reissued that could have been fixed. So let me get this other one as a transformed up to compare, and then I'll end my thoughts. A little longer video probably. I'm sure it is. It would start off so well in bot mode. I really liked my earlier part of my video until I got to the transformation. I'm on Show Z. They said, don't say anything bad about, hey, can anybody put in the comments about this new one and say anything bad, anything good about it and say something positive. Well, X-Transbots got to give us a reason to, you know, other than the look of the figure, which is excellent. Give us a reason to say everything good about something instead of doing this to us. So let me get to my final thoughts and transform for comparisons. So I got Fans Toys, Quietus transformed up, just so everybody can see a quick look at them together. I really like Quietus. He's a sleeker, more better, sorry to say, better made bot all the way through. The thing I still like about X-Transbots is a little thicker, a little bulkier, especially in bulk mode. And I do like the color, but you know, with the current transformation issues that this one has, it's very difficult to give it a wave of approval when you go through so much just to get something from one mode to another. I really like this angle on the X-Transbots version. That angle's its best angle, angling down and it's striking. To me, it's even better than, or matches Quietus pretty well. That striking angle coming down. You know, these guys, you know, Fans Toys and X-Transbots, they could be neck and neck, but they're not, because, you know, I still like that design. That's a great design they have, and I don't have this all the way pressed down. Probably transformed it. There it goes. I really like that design on X-Transbots. It really is reminiscent to me of even the cartoon. This is sleek and I love it, but that is a great design at that angle from X-Transbots. I really like it. But final thoughts, you know, it's just the transformation makes it very stressful. What I went through just to shave those parts down. No one likes to have to manipulate something they just paid a decent price for. So, you know, it's up to you guys. If you guys want to purchase X-Transbots quiet as I wanted it again. I thought it'd be easier to transform. I thought they would have fixed some things, which they did not. Some things are actually made worse, but at least on this version, I can get the cockpit pretty much plastered down, and then I'll work on the rest. I know I can get this straightened out. So that's my review on it. I hope it wasn't too negative. I don't like being negative. It just, as far as bot mode, it was great. So I'll give it that. Plenty of accessories. Nothing to complain about there as far as accessories. Faceplates are unique. I think they're trying to match it with Fans Toys. I think they're coming out with more head plates for Quietus. So somehow, some way, you wonder why Fans Toys is feeling challenged by X-Transbots. Maybe because of some things they got coming here in the near future. So, you know, bot mode, yes. Transformation, no. But when the transform, I think he still comes through, and definitely this guy comes through. So you guys take care, and have a good one for the rest of the week.